So at Jeff Glover & Associates, we have a term that we use called starting in the mailroom. Starting in the mailroom doesn't necessarily mean you're really starting in the mailroom, but what it means is we need to put you in a position where you can learn the basics, where you can learn the foundation, where you can learn the basic skills necessary to succeed at a high level in that role and then take it to the next role. The next role would be more of an experienced position. In that role, many of our outside sales associates go on appointments, get contract signs, and succeed at a high level. And when they get to that level, then they want the more advanced level, which could be a leadership level. It could be a trainer, it could be a coach, it could be a lead agent in one of our locations. When you start out in the mailroom, you're not necessarily starting in the mailroom, you're starting in a role like an inside sales associate. Our inside sales associates really are the bread and butter of our company when it comes to generating leads. Our inside sales associates prospect on a regular basis, just like I did my first 10 years in the business. They're calling expireds, they're calling for sale by owners, they're calling around listings and sales that we've had. And they're generating leads and they're making as many contacts as possible to set appointments for our outside sales team. What's nice about that role is you're not only getting results and receiving a little bit of compensation in the interim, but you're learning all of the skills necessary to be a top OSA. Because if you get the objections and you understand the script over the phone, you're well on your way to understanding them in person when you go on that appointment. So it's pretty easy when you transition from an inside sales associate to an outside sales associate to go into a presentation using the exact conversations that you've already been using. Many of the objections that you'll get over the phone are the same ones you're going to get in person. The information that you're sharing over the phone of why they should consider meeting with us are many of the same reasons of why they should set an appointment, why they should sign a contract with us. So you're already more than halfway there once you master the skill of being an inside sales associate. When you start as an inside sales associate, we recommend that you spend a minimum of 90 days in that role. After 90 days, you have an opportunity to meet with a member of our leadership team to decide if it's right for you to transition to the next level. The next level from there is what we call an ISA in transition, an inside sales associate transitioning to become an outside sales associate. In that role, you're going from spending 100% of your day generating leads for the OSAs to now 50% of your day generating leads. The other 50% of the day you're learning. You're going on appointments, you're shadowing, you're listening to others, you're learning paperwork, you're learning how to turn in listings, you're learning how to show homes to buyers. You're shadowing one of our top OSAs and learning that piece of the puzzle. During that transition period, generally that's another 90-day period for a total of 6 months. During that transition period, you're able to take your own listings. You're able to get your own contract signed. Once we feel as a leadership team that you're in a position to go out and present, the appointments that you set and turn into the company will be turned around and assigned right back to you. We want you to go out. We want you to fail forward. You're not going to get all the contracts signed. You're not going to get everyone to agree to hire you. But you're going to be one step closer to being a top OSA with our company when you get out there and get your feet wet a bit. Once you transition out of an ISA and into the full OSA position, you're now 100% eligible to prospect, set your own appointments, go on your appointments, and receive assignments from the company. Assignments from the company could be listing opportunities, could be buyer opportunities. That is where the majority of our sales team makes their income, in the outside sales role. But it isn't until you've mastered the basics in the ISA role and the ISA in transition role to where we believe that you can go out and be a top OSA. The biggest mistakes agents make is they try to get out of the ISA or the ISA in transition program early because they feel they're ready or they need money. Remember, the moment the commission check comes first, we've lost. So we don't let you out of the position because you need the income. We don't let you out of the position because you feel you can do it. We let you out of the position because you've succeeded at a high level. You've mastered it, and now you're ready for the next step. So as much as you're going to want to say, you know what, I think I'm ready, really think about it and ask yourself, have I honestly mastered this? And if you truly believe that you have, and you can show us the results that you've gotten during that time, then we can make the decision to transition you into that OSA role. But at a minimum, plan on 90 days as an ISA and 90 days in transition. Sure, we have success stories of ISAs that went into transition and after 30 days they were ready to be an OSA. That's because they showed us that in their 121 days, or 120 days, they took 15 to 20 listings. They already went out and had 3 or 4 listings on their own. They already wrote one buyer deal. They didn't need to transition any further. They were truly ready to go. They felt they were, and we did too. And we moved them from ISA to OSA. But only after a conversation with the leadership team and a belief in each other that you're ready for that next step. Another starting in the mailroom role with our company is our showing assistant role. Our showing assistants and our showing agents work for our OSAs. They are compensated by our OSAs to go out and show property. During that time, they're learning the inventory. They're meeting with buyers and understanding what buyers want in a home. They're handling some objections. Many times buyers will bring up objections and ask a lot of questions during the showing process. They're doing some lead follow-up. They're following up with buyers through email or phone calls, asking, what can we do? What can we show you this weekend? Are there any homes that you'd like to take a look? Our showing agent model is designed similar to the ISA role for an agent to become very successful at showing homes and getting comfortable with buyers. So that way we may transition them from the showing agent role to the outside agent role. By then, they're already comfortable with buyers. They already know the inventory. They've shown thousands of homes. They're familiar with questions that buyers get. They're halfway there. And when our showing assistants or our showing agents are ready to have that conversation, we sit down with them and write out exactly what it would look like to be an OSA with the company. Now, many of those positions, many of those agents that start in that showing agent role become very strong with buyers. They become successful buyer's agents. And what you'll find in this organization and in the real estate market as a whole, you generally have agents that are very good with sellers or agents that are very good with buyers. We believe all of our associations should work with both. However, everyone gravitates towards one or the other. So if you know right now, and if you don't, that's okay. If you know right now, well, I think I'm going to be really good at sellers and I want to focus on sellers, I would suggest starting in the inside sales associate role. If you're thinking that you'll be more comfortable with the buyer process early on and you want to show homes and get familiar with the inventory and work with buyers and be a part of that exciting process, then you may want to start in the showing assistant or showing agent role. But ultimately, starting in one of those two roles puts you on a path to success as an outside sales associate. And an outside sales associate is what we call our experience level. In that role, our agents are setting their own appointments. They're writing contracts. They're receiving leads from the company. They're going out on appointments and meeting with their databases and their spheres of influence. That is our highest paid role in the company. That is by far the highest income earning level in the company, our outside sales associates. After you become a successful outside sales associate, might be a few years, might be 5 years, or whenever you're ready, you may say, you know what, I'm good with what I'm earning, I'm comfortable with what I'm earning, but I really want to learn a new skill. I would like to get into the advanced level. The advanced level in organization is the leadership level. You may decide that you want to be a coach, you want to be a trainer, you want to lead another Jeff Glover and Associates location, you want to be on the executive team. Once you've proven yourself and you've got the experience, the knowledge, and the years in the JGA system, then we can have a conversation with you about what that looks like. Just like the Schweitzers did for me, we can walk you through exactly what it takes to run an organization and ultimately help us build the company that we're building today. You know, one of the fastest ways to the leadership level within our company is through our Agent Leadership Council, or the ALC. Our ALC is made up of the top 20% of our associates. Our ALC is involved in the day-to-day decision-making in the company. We have meetings on a regular basis to discuss what we're working on, what we need their help with, what we can improve. One of the things that was great about my transition from the Schweitzer organization to Keller Williams is I joined the ALC right away. And the ALC taught me the basic skills necessary on how to make decisions to be a leader in an organization. Our Agent Leadership Council is involved in many of our major decisions of what marketing direction we're going to take, what direction we're going to take with our inside sales team, what areas around the country, around the state we'd like to explore, where we'd like to open future locations, and ultimately what additional leadership needs are required. When you're a member of our Agent Leadership Council, you are well on your way to being a leader within the organization, which will ultimately open many doors for you.